And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a morning live stream as always. Well, mostly as always anyways. Having had a good evening or last night, playing with my buddy Jack Aston on his live stream. I figured I was gonna go through a couple of things, me doing a little bit of training, as I did land back at home, where my home is at, obviously in Horizon. About to sell my cargo. I had a client crash to desktop pretty much. So the first thing we're going to be doing is to sell, and hopefully things will go well today. I mean, it has been quite a struggle to just be able to play the game with all the 30Ks and the queues just to log into the main menu and what have you. There's a lot of pressure on CIG services, but nevertheless we are in the game. So let's see, where did we leave? Oh, okay, that's interesting. You know what, that's funny because that is actually, I think that's actually, let's just have a look. Oh yeah, guild cover. That's funny. Alright, yeah, I just did that yesterday. Just left a nice little tower of stuff that I didn't want to keep anymore, and so I just put a pile like of gloves, hats, what have you, you know, just to someone whoever wanted it. So you know. Alright, so what's gonna happen now is obviously it's dark, so we're not gonna be able to see much, but I also want to address the fact that today, when I'm streaming this one, it's gonna be Tuesday the 24th of May, so that means that we're gonna have a very interesting Invictus day with the new RSI Scorpius that I'm gonna have a closer look at later, hopefully with friends. We'll see, but so now let's just go ahead and get downstairs. We're gonna get to the TDD, or the trade division, see if we can sell what we have brought back home with our C2 Hercules. And yeah, I was just about to walk up to the trading terminal as the client crashed on me, so hopefully things are going to be just where I left off. And oh, there's another player. Huh. Everyone is always in a rush, always in a hurry. Well, so am I actually, because I'm actually running as well. So I mean, that's the thing though. I mean, we should have a like a Segway or something to just get around, or like a golf cart or something. Come on, a little bit closer maybe. There we go. See if we can sell our medical supply. That looks like we can, and that looks like everything actually. That's always nice. All right, so the idea now, guys, is to actually, because I've been helping people around now quite a lot, as you can see on the money count, to the fact that I'm down to where normal people are. And so what we're going to do now together from now on is to start building up a substantial amount of cash with what we have, and then we're going to go from there and see how easy it is to actually make money with certain assets. That's our plan. So let's just keep trading, I suppose, and do the stuff we do like or enjoy to do. Now, obviously, there's not going to be any patch likely in the near future, so we are probably pretty safe in the water when it comes to actual mining. I'm gonna actually have a little bit of snacks It's gonna be much appreciated because I had an issue yesterday evening with a character not being able to eat or drink. It didn't matter what I pulled out or tried to pull out from my jacket or my local inventory. It just wouldn't let me eat or drink, so I was pretty much down on both hunger and thirst, around 40, 30-ish. So might as well stack up or stash up on some nutrition, I suppose. The good thing with this one is that it does provide with both hunger and thirst, although you do have to maybe drink a couple of these just to get the full effect of it. Right now, it doesn't actually show. Let's see. Well, it just shows store. That's interesting. Alright, you're gonna hear a little bit more on my keyboard because I did swap to an even older keyboard now. That has mechanical keys, so just bear with me. And it looks like I can't. Oh yeah, I just hate doing it, guys. I just hate doing it. But what do you do? What do you do when I can't even, like put it somewhere? Well, let's just do that. And that'll sort that out. Should have it in. Oh yeah, as always that. Let's see if I can go out here. Access my local. There it is. Well, it says that it's remaining like 100%, so that's good. I'll just keep it then. But I mean, it would make sense because I didn't drink anything really according to this number. Might as well just grab some normal water. I mean, it would be good if you could drink and eat, because I don't want to necessarily bring out my character or jump just to be able to get to medbay to sort that out. But at least now, water seems to be doing the trick. And what I do have is sort of like a quick key to bring up or inspect my stuff, so that way it's easier to manipulate it and place it in certain location like that. And let's see what we can do here. We might as well go for a sandwich. Bacon club, that sounds good. There we go. Let's see if that works. Well, it did a little bit. Oh yeah, it does. It actually did quite a bit. Now, I don't know about this guy. I mean, this is just like, feels like it doesn't do anything. We'll see. All right, let's just do something useful. Let's do something useful for change. Alright, so what I do now is that I bring out something like this, and then, oh yeah, I got a long list here. And I'll just pull out something that I want to wear. Something like a stone skin. That's good. Alright, let's just get changed. Don't want to forget my everything, because otherwise it doesn't work. There we go. And we're going to go with something very simple, just to get some protection at least against the elements, I suppose. So I'm just going to go with stone skin altogether. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to go with something like that, just to give us a little bit of an industrial feel or touch to it. And let's see. Or I could just go with that, just to be minimalistic. And Then let's see what torso we can get. Might actually have something at the very end of it. There we go. That's good. I kind of like that one. It's very discreet. Backpack is always good to have, whatever you come across. Loot or what have you. Also, I'm going to give myself the option, or the, well, sort of like the option to head out and do a little bit of a thing with, let's see, can we do that? Yeah, we can. See what we can bring. What should I bring? Maybe just something very simple, like, yeah, that's the thing. I actually, by accident, well, I was probably pretty tired, but I intended to buy a couple of magazines, I think, and then I just didn't pay attention to the fact that I was in the weapons selection rather than the attachments area. So I accidentally bought like 50, I was intended to buy like 50 magazines for certain weapons, and I accidentally bought like 50 of the weapons instead of the actual magazines. So that's sort of like on me really when it comes to having this many weapons, but yeah. That's how that came to be. Me owning this many weapons. But then again, you know, that's where we are, I suppose. See if we can get, I don't know, like a size 4 is probably a little overkill. But we're gonna go with that. And then maybe a compensator. That's gonna be a size 2, I think it was. Nope, it's not a size 2, it's probably size 1. Nope, it's not that either. Oh yeah, it's, oh. What am I thinking? It's an E-mod that you need. If I have a size 1 E-mod then. Yeah. I mean, the custodian is pretty nice, but I seem to be a lack. There we go. Just a little bit of a stabilizer there. It's always nice. Comes in handy. Then I'm gonna see if we can find a size 1, because I kind of like having the option to sometimes go stealthy. For that, I have my pistol. Or sidearm, however you like to call it. There you go. And let's see, I'm gonna go with something very like close range. It's gonna be like a size 1. So what I had to do, guys, because I am not really on par with the latest hardware at the moment anymore. So I had to pretty much turn graphics down quite substantially, actually, to be able to accommodate and give you guys a fairly decent frame rate, at least bearable. Looks like I have most of the stuff already here, so I should just bring out my motor tool. Did I actually pick it? There we go. Oh yeah. I know what I forgot. I forgot a pair of legs. That's always comes in handy because it's just gonna add extra storage. Don't want to forget that. Let's bring out something a little bit thoughtful. I kind of like the black one. Sort of has a nice contrast to it. But I mean, if I can't find any, come on, let me find. Okay. I just don't want to load in. I'm gonna go with that. There we go. That kind of Yeah, there we go. That kind of adds to the matching, or the match of sets. Now I should be able to put it in. There we go. Do I have it? Oh, yes, there we go. I have a multi-tool. Quite a lot of loots, as you can see, to have a few like earlier subscriber flags multi-tools that I found in bunkers. Alright, and I think that's pretty much good to go. And yeah, let's just hope we get to keep the gear, because we are going out again to do what we do best, or what we prefer to do. A little bit of a mismatch, a little bit of everything, just a random casual play. What I'm also doing is I'm actually working up my security for the mercenary for Crusader. Just since this is obviously my home, so I want to have easy access to these missions. Now I would suppose it's this one. Now I have done most of my security over at Microtech. So I'm pretty like halfway to maximum level there. But yeah, I might as well work on security on Crusader as well. So I'm gonna just throw in a little bit of a MISC stuff, pretty much mix up stuff. So that's the word for it. A mix of stuff or activities in one casual session, I suppose. This is kind of what I prefer to do. And I mean, I have all the shit that I need really right now. But
please clear the hatch. Shuttle will be departing.
Alright, let's head over to the spaceport. Get something done. Yeah, I had to turn down volumetric flash because yeah, it's just not me, it's even some of my friends. The fact that, well, at Crusader, at least you get to see a bit further as you come on approach at night. But not just that, it's just also the fact that the cloud doesn't really look as appealing as it should be. So it's a bit pixelating, and for that reason I also turned off the clouds, just to appreciate the starry night at night. The starry sky at night. There you go. Just bear with me, guys. It's early in the morning. English is definitely not my first language, so it's gonna need to wake up a little bit more, I suppose. But hey, I suppose I get to tell you guys along the ride, me waking up. So, having arrived at the shuttle station, and there's another player waiting for his ride. I might as well wave. Why not? We are on an Australian server, by the way, so sometimes it tends to be a bit more stable. Not sure why. I mean, there's significantly a few differences really. Yeah, you might get a little bit more lag, but in terms of sync, but it's very minor to the point where it doesn't really matter where in the world you log into or what region. So I would just go with whatever region works best for you, obviously. But in terms of stability and stuff like that, it doesn't matter really where you log in, whether it's in Australia, United States, or Europe. Anything to get you rolling, I suppose. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I'm just gonna be using my C2. Nothing fancy. Just do my thing, you know, like do what I can get a hold on. There's another player. Might as well tune up.
Welcome to the aUEC vehicle retrieval system.
Yeah, well, as you can see, I got quite a lot of ships. Just to be able to maybe do a little bit of a review sometimes
Stand by.
from my personal standpoint.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
So what I should do before I take off, obviously, because I completely forgot that the Japanese here, is to put some magazines on me. So that could be a good idea. Yeah, the whole Invictus event is going to have the Javelin and some of the fleet, big capital ships have a flyby at various locations. So you will see a increased activity from the UAE Navy. That's probably why you see them probably patrolling here as well, because the event is taking place here at Orison, which has, of course, caused quite a lot of issues for a lot of players. Now you always want to be extra careful with the elevator that belongs to the C2. And that goes for pretty much all of them, the D2, the M2, and the A2. That the elevator tends to have you teleporting or just glitching or what have you. So always wait like a second or two before you just step on or off. And you want to stand like 5 o'clock behind it if you're not on the ship, just to make sure that you don't get hit by it. It's still not a 100% guarantee, but it's more likely that you're not going to get hit by the elevator standing at 5 o'clock behind it. Alright, let's see. I'm going to put some magazines in or on me, and I was wearing the pistol. I got like so 2 magazines of that, and then custodian. Let's see. I think I brought a couple of extra custodians upstairs, but I'm also gonna bring an extra refill for my med gun. Never bad to be extra prepared, I suppose. Yeah, I just didn't bring any magazines for that one. It's probably in some other gear or some. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Most enemies do actually carry that rifle, so we might actually, if we do get a bunker mission, we will at least be able to loot a little bit of that. So, alright. Now, since we are here in Orison, we are actually going to start our little trading run by. I'm just going to check. There we go. Yeah, I knew it. While that is working, might as well set our route to yellow and buy a little bit of yeah, medical supplies. Why not? Medical clothes. Well, we're just gonna sit back and relax, I suppose, while it does its thing, repairing and refueling. There we go. That's it. I remember now that I couldn't do that as I landed yesterday. Double check, and we should be in the good. All right, we are in the good. let's just get to yellow. It's gonna take a little while, but never be in a hurry. You know, like, you could argue that time is money, but then again, you're playing the game to enjoy yourself, you know, like that's the main purpose of it. So I wouldn't put myself too hard or push myself too hard when it comes to being effective. I mean, you have a regular life as well on top of things, so don't want to necessarily make gaming a job as well. Content creation, that's one thing, but gaming should never be a job. You know what I'm saying? Should be relaxing and enjoyable and fun. And if it's not fun, then we'll just make it more exciting by doing something that you shouldn't really do. My buddy Jack Axton. Yeah, that's funny though. Oh, I have actually a couple of friends that, well, obviously they're younger, like they're really young, so they will have tendency of doing stupid things sometimes, but hey, I mean, what would life be unless you would be experimenting? I'm not just gonna put on any spooling yet, because I want to save all the power to oops, come on, don't do that. I wonder, sometimes it doesn't like the fact when you're scrolling, but I'm gonna do something like that, because that's all I need. I want to be able to have a little bit of shields. And I'm not gonna boost. I mean, it's gonna take whatever time it takes to get out in orbit. And I'm in no rush, like I said. You know what? I mean, I don't know. Should we do something stupid? Like do a bunker mission as we were doing cargo holding? I don't know. There's a lot of at stake now when we're down to normal people's wealth. And this is, oh, okay. I see you now. There we go. Gear up. That might actually provide with less drag. Huh. There you go. Better. Much better. All right, let's see where we at. We are at 120. We need to be up at 150,000 meters above horizon to be able to jump. Let's have a look at the scenery, I suppose. It's pretty dark still, so, but we are getting some slight shine from whatever. Could it be just some backdrop? That's my ship, the Timberline, custom paint job. Obviously pledged for on the official RSI website. And you know all that thing about colors, it does make the difference between life and death. Alright, let's roll the ship. What about you? About you. At 5,000 left to go, I will start spooling up. I do have a TS2 quantum drive on this ship, so it's very efficient at jumping once up, well, above the atmosphere, obviously. It takes no time to spool it up, which is pretty handy when you're about to run away from piracy. as a lot of ships will have issues keeping up, obviously. 5,000, we are starting to spool up, and we should be all good in a very short moment. There we go. Now we're just waiting for the 150. And there's the 150 calibration, and we are on our way. I should probably bring out the chat just to make sure, you know, like where we're at. Yeah. Yeah, I feel sorry for people coming into the game at the current state. It's such a bad outcome of something that was supposed to be good. Really good. I mean, it's good that we have a lot of people coming into the game. It's just too bad that it puts such a strain on the systems as of now with a free flyover week. But it's better now than later, I suppose, when the game is fully released. But yeah, there's that. So what I tend to do here is I keep full throttle. I don't boost necessarily because we're just going fast enough as it is. But we're going to use momentum here. So when we reach about 10,000, we're going to spool down like so. And then we're going to create drag. Bring down the landing gear and VTOL mode. So that way, we're just going to control our descent a bit more than usual. I'm just checking whether there's actually someone down here by hitting the tab key, just to make sure, to extend our range a little bit. Alright, let's just have a look. We should be good. We should be able to see our target. And there it is. Like I said, guys, the game can look far prettier than this. It's just I need to be able to make sure that I can provide you guys with a decent stream, not too stuttery. Until at least I can upgrade the PC, which is going to be a priority at some point, I suppose. But right now, it is what it is. You know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna face it this way. And the landing configuration, or the gear, is configured in a wider range rather than on the long side. So landing like this is actually beneficial because you take up a lot less space. There we go. Nice and smooth. If we are in a good position to contact ground service. And we are. Nice. Let's have the ship doing that while we're going outside and find what needs to be bought. Let's check on I'm just going to put some stuff in here. There we go. Some loot from before. Might as well bring those on board. Those helmets are actually worth quite a lot of money. So everything is worth something. And if you're picky, money is always good. Small or big. and that's what we're doing here. Like, well, that's why we are doing what we're doing. So another trick, it's going to be harder for someone to, someone be waiting outside of the ship. What if you come down the ramp here? You just stand here, and it's going to be a little harder for them to right away at least just step on and try to steal the ship. I just do that, and then I just back off. I still stand in the way so that no one can actually sneak on board. So that would be one way to prevent from a hijack of your ship. As always, wait like a second or two before you step off, and usually you're fine. Now this there is where I've died so many times not being careful. We're not gonna go through that today, I hope. Me falling down and dying for some unknown reason, hitting the side of the guardrail. Let's see what we can find. Medical supplies. How many are actually trading? Oh wow, okay. You see? That's a full load of medical supplies. That's gonna be an issue though, because we're gonna have to try to find a place where we could actually sell all of that. So I don't know if we should probably park the ship down at Origin and then just have it there, because that's my home. You know, just yeah, I think we're gonna do that, because that's a lot of money sitting on cargoes that we just bought up. I'm just gonna go through some of the stash here, or the loots. See if there's anything valuable. A ton of food. What I could do, obviously, put this food in local. That way, that way I have stash here whenever I come here, which I do quite often. So, yeah, might as well just do that. I think I heard someone just about entering. Not sure. It did sound like the airlock was going on in the background. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Doesn't matter. But that's kind of unusual, guys. I mean, obviously, trading with medical supplies is going to be one issue, whereas stations and GDDs, so trade divisions, are not going to be able to buy everything in one go normally. So you will have to sell it a little piece of a bit of a piece of it, like a bit of it, and yeah, that's it. That's that. So my ship is going to be held up now pretty much by the fact that I can't just, well, I can't just, what I could do, obviously, maybe, is to top it off a little bit. Ooh, okay, now I just did what I wasn't supposed to do. Keeping just running down the ramp there or the stairs. Without any care to my safety. But then again, what would life be without excitement? And it's content added. Or content value added, like I always say. Alright, 5 o'clock behind, and let's see if the elevator does something funky. And it did. So, there you go. That's why you always stand like about there. At least to minimize that issue. I mean, I got a ton of cargo in here. Yeah, I think we're gonna just go back to Origin, keep the ship there, and try to sell what we can. But at least it's gonna be safe over there. And by this hour in the morning, it's more likely to be enough of demand to be able to sell most of it. Hopefully, we'll see. But that's our plan anyways. Now this is very easy, obviously, because it's just the neighboring moon, or the moon belonging to Crusader, that we found this. So it's not going to be a long ride, but obviously we're going to have to deal with the descent, which is going to take place at night. So might as well just go for a nice little tutorial for that, how to actually find your landing spot at Horizon at night. Obviously I have turned off my clouds, as you guys know, so it's going to be easy for me to spot it. But even so, even if you have clouds, it's actually not too bad. Just there we go. I don't know what. Oh yeah, I did press the C button. Dangerous button, especially on landing or touchdown. Don't want to accidentally hit C. And there's Crusade. Oh, what have you guys? What have you? This is the reason for a nice screenshot. Come on. See if I can use free camera. Yeah, this keyboard is old. I know, guys. I have to press the buttons far harder than I'm used to. There we go. All right, screenshot time, guys. This is pretty epic. Hey, okay, that's not just gonna, huh, come on now. There we go, that's a screenshot for you. Alright. Gotta do that while you can. Always want to appreciate the scenery. And that's quite a scenery right there. Heading into the halo belt of Yella, which is also where Grimhex is located within the halo belt, or the ring. Alright, so what we're gonna miss out now is obviously it's gonna be a bit more foggy-ish looking for Crusader, but nevertheless, just to save you guys a little bit of a frame issue at least, I'm gonna turn that down for now. I did actually stream in 720p earlier, 60 frames per second though, but I figured that might as well just go for 1080p and you know, suffer with some stuttering now and then, but it's just gonna look much better overall. Alright, let's have a look and see where we're at. And that looks pretty nice. Oh wow, okay, that is quite a view, guys. That is quite a view. Alright, screenshot time again. There we go. Pretty epic. Pretty epic. Wow. We might actually be looking in at a sunrise at some point. That would have been nice, or landing at a sunrise, but it is what it is. It's nighttime still, probably very early morning hours at Horizon. So we're gonna have a look and see where we're at. Now I am gonna hit or hold F4 and hit the arrow key on the numpad to reset my view. Come on. There we go. Free look. Alright, so what we're looking for now is... Alright, let's just bring that up away. See if we can get any ping. Alright, so that's gonna be an issue. No ping. Alright, let's see, where are we? You see those 3 parallel barges down there, or it's like a big dry dock and then like 2 smaller ones? You want to aim somewhere in like 2 o'clock on top of that. That's where you're gonna have the pad or the spaceport. Now what we're looking for are 4 red lights, almost forming like a square or a rectangular square. And of course, it always is a bit of an issue, as you shown. But yeah, you can see there, like right there in front of me. That's where it is. Like it's a hub with 4 legs on it. That's what you're looking for. That's our spaceport. So those parallel, like 1, 2 to the right of my nose there. You look for those, and then you see the round circles to the right there, further to the right. Then you know, like it's gonna be diagonally in between those. And then always wait till you're at least 85,000 above before you call for ADC. Yeah, I know you can call for it about 90,000, but just to make sure that you can have your pad icon, because sometimes if you're higher than that, it just doesn't show where your pad is or your hangar, which can be an issue because you keep falling here. You know, that's the thing. And with a bigger ship, you carry so much momentum, especially if you're having a lot of cargo. Here you go. Like, you see those bright 4 lights? That's what you're looking for. Those are the first red big lights you're going to be seeing from high above. So keep track on those, because the further down you get, the more lights you're going to see. So that's going to disorient you. So you want to keep track on these 4 lights that you see initially. That's also another trick how to find the spaceport. And always try to aim for the center. And more likely you're going to be able to get the pad you're aiming for if you're also calling for ATC at a closer range. But like I said, it takes a while to get down here, so I'm going to just start slowing down by initiating VTOL and landing gear, so that way we're already done with that. And check on our altitude, which is 93,000. I'd like to scroll down a little bit, get some more control on our vessel. It's not going that fast really, it's just we want to have full control of this thing. Doesn't matter how you are oriented. And I think we're gonna try to sell it, but then I'm gonna end the stream right here now, and maybe start streaming some more, hopefully with my buddy Northman, also from Sweden. And we'll see. I am actually sometimes thinking about whether we should do this in Swedish at times, just to accommodate for our Swedish fans, of course. But then if I do, I will have subtitles to accommodate for you guys not speaking Swedish. So there we go. Now at least I have. Alright, let's just call for ATC at 85. And there we go. See what we get.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
And we got a pad right beneath us. Nice. So that's how you do it. It's that easy. Alright, I'm going to be using my lights, I think, because it's going to be hard otherwise. It's going to get down to half throttle. Now, my pad would be down there, probably. I'm just going to approach a little bit closer without smashing into it. No, it's actually down there. Okay, this is going to be pretty steep. Like I'm doing like nose diving. With bigger ship, it's always going to be top hangars where you top landed. And it would be okay, we're really in a weird position. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we're not gonna do this. This is scary. Coming in from a wrong angle. And she was initiated as well. Come on. Oh, this is funny. Well, it's not going to be fancy, guys. That's not why we're here. But at least we're having fun, you know. And C is being hit again. Nope, it's not, but we're falling. That's what it is. Came in a little bit wrong there, for sure. Obviously, if you fly up and down, thrusters is not going to be able to maintain your altitude very efficient anyway. You can keep constantly falling. You do, especially with bigger ships. Smaller ship, not too bad, but alright, let's just go this way and be sure that we can land before this whole thing does something funky. Not ideal landing in third person, but okay, that's my typical nosedive. I don't know. Are we on the nose?
Have a pleasant stay.
Yeah, it's a weird camera angle. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna shut down the light to get that just pretty blinding. At least this cargo is back home and secured. And we can do our services as well. That's always nice. Now, let's have a look. Because I have some... Oh, did I? I forgot to turn off the engines. Did I? Yeah. Always keep that as a habit, guys. Hit U to turn everything off. Because that way, if there for some reason would be a bug where the ship would be in midair or something, it will at least come down to the ground again. So that at least you'll be able to get back on your ship. Because if you leave your engines off as you store it, it's going to come back with engines on. So, especially for smaller ships that has a tendency to do some wonky stuff as you spawn them in. Always make sure you turned off the engines before storing them. And the ship will always, for the most part, come down on the ground and allow you to enter it. Alright, let's have a look. We did loot quite a bit. So, we are actually gonna bring at least 2 of those. I did brought along 2 Novicock, full set of armor with backpack from my buddy Jack Axton. Was trading in the nude at Lyria, which is pretty cold, I suppose. I'm not gonna push it that far though, guys. That's sort of like not my thing, doing nude trading. But who knows, you might actually, well, I might actually end up somehow more in an interesting situation for sure. As if, well, as anything can happen in Star System with all the bugs going on. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty successful trade. And if you're not in a rush, you just keep on visiting the trade division and keep trying to sell the vast amount of cargo that you would have brought back from Deacon's research outpost at Yella. Yeah, as far as medical supplies go. And if time is not an issue and you just want to get money back, and I mean, that's a pretty easy trip to do if your home is at Orison, regardless. I mean, but if you can live with the fact that you have to do a slightly longer descent and ascent, then I see no problem. No problem at all. Just make sure you always store your ship.
Welcome to the aUEC vehicle retrieval system.
It's no big deal if you forget it, but always get into good habits, I suppose. And there we go.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Oh, hey there, Cole. Yeah, anytime, buddy. Anytime. I didn't see you coming on there. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just doing a little bit of casual trading, and so far everything is going smooth. I am happy, and I am looking at something else. A good thing there was a guardrail there. I would have been dead long ago. Me not paying attention to as to where I'm actually going, other than obviously going in the right direction. But hey. Alright, let's head back to Cloudview City, which is where the habitat and the trade division is at. Alright, let's see, that would be to our right. I am starting to get to know my way around here without actually having to look at the signs, but like I try to mention to new people and new players is that just read the signs and look at the maps, and it does help, because for the most part, sometimes it's a bit more like a riddle where to look for the signs and the clues, but it's all there one way or another. Yeah, I am the generous guy, supposedly. Or I'm starting to make my name for myself, I suppose, for being the generous guy. Obviously, generosity has a limit as well, but I try to at least. Here comes my shuttle. I try to at least. I'm going to be grinding now for a while as I get back up to where I can help people again, because that's what I do for a thing. Helping people around, because I have money. I mean, in the way that, well, I have the ship that I want. I don't really need to grind for that. And, yeah, I just love to make people happier. Have a nice day and all that. That's, the world needs a lot more of that, especially these times. And look at that, it's actually going to be a sunrise. Now, like I mentioned earlier, it's not going to be with clouds, because I did turn it off just to save you guys from a little bit too much stutter. Obviously, I can play the game without much stutter, even if I have everything turned on, but it's just not going to be very good for the stream, so I'll keep that off for now. Until at least I can upgrade some of the PC hardware, or possibly even buy a new PC at some point. But so far it's holding up. It's been like 7 years now, I think, since I bought this one. Something like that. I just can't remember. But I mean, it still holds up. 16 threads, 8 core. Extreme CPU, i7. So, seems to be, okay, that's a bit stuttery even for me there when I was turning it that way. Alright, so we have arrived at Cloudview City. So this would be Green Circle, which is where the habitat is. You'll recognize it from the green neon on it. So we're gonna head over to the TDD, the Trade Division Center. Or development, trade and development, and all that. That's the name for it. And let's see how much we can sell out of our medical supplies. We may have to sell in portions of it, but who knows? Oh, look at that, almost all of it, like 900,000 worth of it. And we still have 400. So we pretty much did like 200, well over 200,000 worth of profit just for that run, going from Orison to Yela, which is a neighboring moon. Buying medical supplies, full stock of it, filling up our C2. Coming back to Orison. Obviously, I'm going to have to come back to the trade trading development center, but that's fine by me. I will have my ship secured here at Orison in the meanwhile, and I will be heading off for now. I will probably be streaming later, maybe today, bringing my buddy Northman with me along for the ride, so that you guys get to meet him as well. Thank you guys for watching, whether you were watching the stream or later. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe unless you haven't already, and hit the like, as it will help the channel to grow, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss out on any interesting content in the future. Alright, see you in the next one.